Tesla's plan to sell electric cars in India has revealed an interesting fact, and that is that it's almost a certainty now that Tesla will build a gigafactory in India. How do we know this? Tesla in Germany, it builds the Model Y there, right? And right now Tesla barely has any presence in India because you have to pay 100% import tax for buyers of cars in India. They have to pay 100% import tax on vehicles made outside of India. The import taxes are ridiculous. So like a lot, Tesla is going to begin building cars in Germany that it will export to India. And that tells us essentially that it's a done deal that Tesla will build a gigafactory in India. The reason for that is under India's new EV policy, companies investing in the country can import up to 8,000 cars a year at a lower tax rate. In other words, for Tesla to be able to sell cars that they make in Germany in India without any prohibitive, insane import taxes, they have to invest. They have to build a factory in India. So we can now see that it's almost a certain done deal. Tesla has begun production of right-hand drive cars at its plant in Germany for export to India later this year, says 3 people aware of the company's plans, as it's moving to a possible entry into India. A team from Tesla is visiting India, and they plan to build a factory costing approximately $2 to $3 billion US. The right-hand drive cars will be allocated to India. They have started building them, one of the people said, with some cars due to be shipped to India by the end of the year. This would mean that Tesla would probably likely use right-hand drive production of the Model Y in Germany to send cars from Germany to the UK. There's no way known Tesla would build a right-hand drive production facility simply to send a small number of cars to India. We currently sell the Model Y made in China there. What about if we actually sold the Model Y made in Germany in the UK instead of in China? It would cost a lot less money to actually get those vehicles from Germany to the UK. The cost would be an absolute fraction. Now, it's not immediately clear which model Tesla plans to export to India, though. That's the other thing. Tesla could be planning on manufacturing the Model 2. But considering the fact that these employees at Tesla are saying they're already setting up right-hand drive production, I think it's safe to assume this is Model Y right-hand drive production. India last month slashed the import tax rate on certain electric vehicles if their manufacturers invest a minimum of $500 million in India and start production there within 3 years. Now, this decision, some analysts are saying, is a win for Tesla, which has lobbied for months for lower taxes, but it's faced resistance from local car manufacturers, especially ones owned by the Indian government, like Tata. Under the new Indian policy, companies can import up to 8,000 cars a year at a lower tax rate. Now, 8,000 cars is a pretty small number. I'm not really sure how this really helps Tesla all that much. But the plans for shipments to India are the first indication of right-hand drive cars being produced at Tesla's factory in Berlin, in Germany. Tesla's Shanghai plant, its primary export hub, located nearer to right-hand drive markets like Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, Japan, even South Africa, has so far handled production of those vehicles. Tesla imported right-hand drive Model Y vehicles for its launch in the UK from China. And it's not said whether it's shifted that from China to Berlin, but it's fairly obvious that that will happen. The car maker has eyed the Indian market for years, says Automotive News, and its officials visited the country several times over the past year. CEO Elon Musk also met with the Prime Minister in New York last June. Tesla's push into India is coming at a time when EV demand is, well, it's not slowing. The media is saying it is, but the truth is more EVs are being made. There's more manufacturers. There's more models. There's more competition. It's a bloodbath in China. That's Tesla's main country for production, and it's also its second most important country worldwide for sales. This has caused Tesla to have possibly a drop in first quarter deliveries. There's been other factors as well, but that's one of the factors. Tesla's entry into India is clearly a strategic way to get access to another car market. Tesla already imports parts from India and is now looking at reducing sourcing from China and making India a bigger sourcing hub. So part of Tesla's plan here, right? Tesla is looking at the southern state of Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra in the west, and Modi's home state of Gujarat for its factory, which it expects to build in 2 years, said sources. Now, I'm sure I didn't pronounce those names correctly, but anyway, you get the point. India's EV market is small, but it's growing, and it's dominated by domestic car manufacturer Tata, which owns Jaguar and, of course, Land Rover. Electric models make up only 2% of car sales in India in 2023, but the government wants to hit 30% by 2030. India is really targeting Tesla and clearly giving them some kind of incentives to build the Gigafactory in that location. In January, Tesla's Vietnamese rival VinFast agreed to invest $2 billion in India and has begun building an EV factory in Tamil Nadu. So this could be the beginning of an onslaught of EV production sites in India. That Tesla will begin building right-hand drive Model Ys at its factory in Germany.